Ladies and gentlemen, before we see the best of breed winners from the import register today, please welcome the winner of that pass, the Griffon Fauve de Bretagne, one of the French hunting hounds with this weatherproof red coat, protective, long-legged, and with great scenting powers. The any variety import register today, the Griffon Fauve. So welcoming our best of breed winners, led in by the Basset, the Basset Fauve de Bretagne, the Grand Basset Griffon Vendéenne, and the Petit Basset Griffon Vendéenne, followed by the Basset Hound. The Beagle comes next, followed by the Borzoi. The first of the Dachshunds, the standard long hair, the miniature long, standard smooth, and miniature smooth, and followed by the standard wire and the miniature wire. Now, something a little taller on the leg, the Greyhound. The Hamilton Stoverer, the Ibethan Hound, the Irish Wolfhound, the Norwegian Elk Hound, the Pharaoh, the Podengo, and now the longer legs of the Rhodesian Ridgeback, the Saluki, the Slugie, and finally the Whippet. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the lady who's going to judge the Hound Group at Darlington this year. Please welcome Mrs. Val Foss. First look round, taking in the outlines and balance of the best of breed winners, usually the first indicator of correct type for the breed. And now coming down to our first best of breed winner, the Basset on the table has been sent forward by Brenda Banbury from an entry of 11. She's chosen this bitch, number 29, as best of breed. The Basset originates in the Congo area of Africa, and it's thought that it resembles a gazelle in miniature. Long-legged, short-backed, and this tightly curled tail, and this clean, swinging stride. Basset is a breed which doesn't bark. Scrupulously clean, it yodels rather than barks. They're going round the winning Basset, number 29. From an entry of 20 dogs, Mrs. Cartledge chose the bitch, number 38, to head her entry of Basset Fauve de Bretagne. One of the many French Basset varieties, the Basset Fauve is characterized by this crisp, weatherproof outer coat in shades of fawn to red, moderate in its build. Fairly low to ground, so it's close to the scent as a scent hound. There's our winning Basset Fauve de Bretagne, number 38. Now the biggest of the Basset varieties, the Grand Basset Griffon Vendéenne. 8 of them here today for Mrs. Makey. She chose the dog number 59 as best of breed. Highest on the leg of the Bassets and longest in the body. A noble head, ears which stretch to the end of its nose, and it's thought that they encase the scent. And again, a purposeful, functional, weatherproof top coat. There's our winning Grand Basset Griffon Vendéenne, number 59. And now in a more moderate size, everything proportionate. The Petit Basset Griffon Vendéenne on the table has topped an entry of 24 under Marita Rogers. The winner is a bitch and her number is number 84. The Petit Basset is medium length of back, moderate length of foreface and shorter ears than the Grand, which we've just seen moving. Perfectly straight front legs. And the tail carried in typical hound manner. The winning Petit Basset Griffon Vendéenne is number 84. And now displaying how we use the rump for the Basset hounds. Topping an entry of 46 today was the dog number 129. Perhaps the most famous of the Basset varieties in this country. Low to ground, substantial without exaggeration in skin or wrinkle, strong bone and feet, and powerful driving hindquarters. The tail carried like a scimitar. Although relatively short-legged, they have to be able to move freely to cover the ground, and not too low to the ground. They should have some ground clearance. The winning Basset is number 129. An entry of 74 beagles today for Phil Freer. His choice was the bitch number 173, a lemon and white bitch. The beagle is absolutely functional, standard conformation, well-laid shoulders and upper arm to give it a long, economical, reaching front movement, soft in its expression. They too are a scent hound, like to get their nose to the ground. And of course, pet owners will tell you, if you let them off, often it's a while before you get them back again, such as their concentration on interesting scents. And here's the winning beagle, the bitch number 173. And round she goes. We're missing the Bloodhound, but the Borzoi comes next. Miss Graham judged a very nice entry of 24 of them today. Her choice was this bitch, number 239. One of the Russian breeds used by the aristocracy for hunting wolves, built on galloping lines with this slight arch over the loin to give it muscular, propulsive power on the gallop. This long foreface with great strength for seeing off its prey. The winning Borzoi is the bitch number 239. Now the first of the Dachshunds on the table. Now the standard long hair. Julian Barney judged 33 of them today. His choice was this dog, number 269. We have all 6 varieties of Dachshund present in the ring today. 3 coats, 2 sizes of each. They all share the same standards, just differentiated by coat and size. And now the miniature long-haired Dachshund on the table. Dr. Ron James judged an entry of 53. His choice was the dog number 275. The only difference between the standard long and the miniature is the size. The maximum desirable weight for the miniatures is 5 kilograms or 11 pounds. And often and often the miniatures are weighed in the ring by the judge, overseen by the judge. There's our winning miniature long hair number 275. Moving on to the standard smooth, judged by John Thirlwell today. Without challenge certificates, there were 13 of them here. His winner was this bitch, number 337. The Dachshunds originate in Germany, where they're known as Teckles or Badger dogs, and before they achieve their championship in their country of origin, they have to do working and tracking trials to show that they are fit for function. Moderately long, low and level, the outline held on the move. There's our winning standard smooth, number 337. John Thirlwell also judged the miniature smooth today, and from a good entry of 26, his choice was this bitch, number 346. The coat of the smooth-haired variety is pliant, protective, but without any excess wrinkle. One of the great challenges in breeding miniature breeds is to get the same qualities in a smaller scale. It's a challenge for breeders. There's the winning miniature smooth, number 346. Now on the table, the standard wirehead, sent forward by Mrs. Kerslake for an entry of 7. She chose the dog number 370 as best of breed. The title tells you a lot about the texture, hard, wiry, but with a protective undercoat. And the furnishings on eyebrows, moustache and beard give it a unique and very affectionate expression. This one, a red. The standard wire is number 370. Miniature wires were judged by John Thirlwell, and from an entry of 11, he's chosen this bitch, number 384, as best of breed. Although short-legged and relatively deep-chested, the Dachshund still has to have ground clearance to do its tracking work. Rib cage extending well back to give a strong, firm backline and loin for propulsive power. There's our winning miniature wirehead, number 384. Our judge now looking at the Greyhound. Phil Freer judged 4 of them today in a non-ticketed entry. His choice was this bitch, number 429. Very much built for function. Nothing to hide on a Greyhound. Smooth, flowing silhouette, galloping power from its rise over the loin, and should have a clean, long-reaching action. The Hamilton Stolvare, the Swedish foxhound, judged by Murray Armstrong today. For an entry of 7, he chose the bitch, number 436. Again, a functional hunting hound. This rich black tan with white markings, the only colour in which we see the breed. And now one of the most unusual of the breeds in the hound group, it's the Ibethan hound. 4 of them here today. John Thirlwell judged them and chose the dog number 442. This is a breed which requires to have straight shoulders, shallower chest than most, with its chest about 2 inches above the elbows, and with a unique hovering action. Characterized in silhouette by these large, alert ears. The winning Ibethan hound is number 442. From an entry of 54 Irish Wolfhounds today, the winner was the dog, number 497. A hound which combines strength with athleticism. curving lines, good height, with good spring of rib, and one of the challenges is to get freedom of action with size and substance. There is the winning Irish Wolfhound, number 497. Our judge now going over the Norwegian elk hound. 6 of them here today for Mrs. McKnight. She chose the dog number 500 as best of breed. Of Spitz characteristics in its wedge-shaped head, sharply pricked ears, this protective coat, and this high-set tail curved over the back. Equipped to work in all weathers, the Norwegian elk hound. From an entry of 21 Pharaoh hounds today, Dr. James chose this bitch, number 515, as best of breed. This is a very ancient breed. The silhouettes of the pharaoh can be seen in Egypt on the tombs of the pharaoh monarchs, distinctive in its ears and outline. And now something quite different. From Portugal, the little Warren hound, the Padengo. From an entry of 9 for Keith Pursglove, he chose the dog number 532. 3 sizes of Padengo. This is the smallest of them. Also 2 coats, the smooth coated and the rough coated. Hugely popular in their native land, not only as a hunting and vermin dog, but as a house companion. Their affectionate character makes them very endearing as family pets. The winning Portuguese Padengo is number 532. Mrs. Sue Hewitt-Chambers judged 56 Rhodesian Ridgebacks today. Her winner was this dog, number 554. Coming from what was Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe. The Rhodesian Ridgeback was used for tracking lions and holding them at bay until the guns came. So they have to have athleticism and a great amount of courage. They take their name from the ridge of hair running along their back. Salukis today were judged by Mrs. Jill Peake, and from an entry of 26, she chose the bitch, number 618, as best of breed. The elegant gaze hound, sight hound of the Bedouins, often carried on the saddle by their masters, and released when the quarry were in sight. a light lifting movement and a degree of elegance to the saluki. And now the Slugi, 8 of them here from Murray Armstrong. He chose the dog number 630 as best of breed. The Slugi shares some of the same heritage as the Saluki, but different in head, top line and croup, but sharing the same function as a sight hound. And now from the biggest entry in the hound group, 132 whippets here today for breed specialist Roger Stock. He chose the bitch number 659 as best of breed. The breed is one of athletic elegance, clean flowing lines, an arch over the loin, deep chested, and on the move we should see a clean daisy cutting action, covering maximum ground with minimum effort. The winning whippet there is number 659. And now a little rival, we have the Foxhound, just arriving to compete in the group. Murray Armstrong judged 9 of them and chose this bitch, number 424, as best of breed.
Don't go too far.
It's a breed which is relatively new to the show rings in this country. In America and Australia, they've been shown for many more years. Again, absolutely functional. The English Foxhound, number 424. Our judge just walking around, reminding herself of what she found on the winners on closer examination. There'll be a short list of 8 for the groups. And I have to tell you that Darlington show has brought in an innovation that the group finalists who do not get placed get a commemorative ribbon to mark their short list. It's a finalist ribbon, which is an innovation in this country. But in comes the Basset foe for the Petit Basset, the Basset and the Beagle. The miniature wirehead Dachshund gets called forward. The Pharaoh Hound. In comes the Saluki and the Whippet. And there are our 8 shortlisted finalists. Well done to all the others for winning Best of Breed today. Round you come. Ladies and gentlemen, our 8 finalists in the Hound group. think perhaps we're going to see them move. So time now, ladies and gentlemen, to give some support to your favourites. Moving up first, the Basset Fauve. The Petit Basset. And now the rather more substantial Basset Hound. And now the lemon and white beagle. A little slip up for handler, but sure-footed beagle. There she goes. And representing the Dachshunds, it's the miniature wire. There goes the Pharaoh Hound. The Saluki. And finally, the Whippet. I think the boards are ready. Mrs. Foss is wasting no time in finding a winner. Where's the golden handshake going? The Basset Hound wins the Hound group. Congratulations to the Basset. In second place, the Petit Basset Griffon Bondienne and the Beagle. It's all the bees at the moment. And finally, the Pharaoh Hound. So, now, ladies and gentlemen, lap corner time. Our Hound group winner, the Basset Hound.